cleansing service. Quite different variety of social enterprise are run by our group. Why we have that kind of different varieties? Because as the clientele we serve is in a wide spectrum. For our mission is to work for the people with disabilities, but for the other center, they may serve the youth, so they have to think of some social business which can meet their needs. Like we have the image pro business. That means that they train the youth to be the photographers, and some is to be the what we call the beauty. How to say it? They're doing like the what the beauty service for the young girl. Beautician maybe, yes. And some is for the video clipping. We have a business called Image Pro. They will do the video shooting and the video editing. That is fit for the needs of the youth. So I will use two social enterprise to demonstrate why we have to operate social enterprise and what's the benefit of social enterprise. The first one is enterprise vegetable and food processing and supply service. That one is the first social enterprise of our group. Actually, the work bay, one of the work bay is downstairs at the first floor, but you can, why I didn't bring you to visit, because they have, off their business hour. They work from midnight, 3 a.m. until 12 noon. So, so in afternoon they have no operations. And iBakery, because it's quite famous in Hong Kong now, so I have to use these two projects to illustrate how our social enterprise works. So I tell story. The young guy is called Ping Chai, 26 years old, mild grade MH. He's a new immigrant from China. So when he came to Hong Kong, he's almost 20-something, and he just got a mother and father, and they are quite old. So actually, he's the breadwinner. There is a type of breadwinner, not in the breadwinner of the family, and when he came to our social enterprise, he worked as a worker, earned like around 20-something Hong Kong dollars per hour, hourly rate. But because he's quite hardworking, and then he got promoted, so he became our instructor. Before, actually he left now, but he had been promoted for a few years and become an instructor. Before he left, he earned around 6,000 Hong Kong dollars. But now, because he want to earn more money, and then he found a job nearby his home place, so he quit the job and to be like a delivery escort worker or delivery worker in a big company, earn around Hong Kong dollars around 10,000 right now.
So what's the minimum wage in Hong Kong?
In Hong Kong, $30 per hour right now. But we have the productivity assessment scheme. Right. That means that if the people with disabilities who go through this productivity assessment scheme, and then there is an assessor appointed by the government, and then he can earn less than minimum wages if the assessor rate the PWD has a productivity less than 100% or less than the normal people.
PWD is people with disabilities.
PWD is a short form we use that to tell.
How often can a person be reassessed?
How often?
Like every year, every month, how often?
It depends on the job. It's not you don't have to do it. Year by year. So if you want to apply for a job, for example, if you want to go to iBakery to be a worker, and the PWD, if he or she think, I understand my productivity is quite low, maybe just less than 50% of the normal people, and then he or she can raise hand and then appoint, go to the government, that is the Labor Department, and then to appoint an assessor to do the assessment for him or her. And so this is job related. And then the iBakery, you think, oh, maybe she's okay for the job, and then he can come to work. And under 4-period assessment period, the assessor should come to assess. And so the assessment is job banded. As long as he didn't quit the job from iBakery, he don't have to reassess anymore. But if you want to change job to another social enterprise or in McDonald's, and they have to be reassessed again, because the assessment is subject to the job nature, how much he can handle from the job.
So what if like I work at iBakery, then I get more skills? Can I reassess so I can make more money or not?
Actually, there's no such scheme, but because the company, the Labor Department claim that usually a company would have their own promotion scheme. For us, even he just assessed for one time, for example, beforehand he got $20 because his productivity rate is less than 100%. But annually we have appraisal, we have a supervision, and then we will give them like the increment or the salary adjustment. Usually in Hong Kong company, the other company also all got this scheme. They will follow the mainstream of the same as other staff.
But if you think about it, it's a very strong incentive to business to hire these folks because they get a worker at a lower percentage of what they would have to pay, and it's a government incentive to them.
Actually, for the situation, the actual situation in Hong Kong is most of the private company, they want to pay, at least minimum wages. They don't want to do the assessment. Right. Even, of course, if the standard, the productivity of the PWD is too low, maybe they don't want to employ them. But if they are almost like, if they think they have more or less as same, normal people, even just a little bit behind standard, they are willing to pay minimum wages or more. They don't want to avoid the problem of doing the assessment, and also got the name that they just want to pay, pay less, like to deprive the people of India. They don't want to get the name. They used to pay at least minimum wages or a little bit more. Actually, because in Hong Kong we have 0% unemployment rate in Hong Kong. So they have more motivation to employ people with disability now. Even they think they are not up to their standard, they still still employ them and pay them at least minimum wages. So story of Man is just a girl. This girl, Man, and she's an autistic, and immediately after she graduated from a special school, and then she came to work in our vegetable processing center. And actually, she's very good at doing the vegetable processing job because she's kind of rigid because of the autistic features. We would do the peeling of the skin of the vegetables to make it a very good one. None of the skin will be left. Otherwise, she will not let go. So she's quite fit for the job. And actually, in this doing the processing work, she didn't have to communicate with other people. In fact, because she just do her own job. It's okay. That means the job actually fits her situations and her characteristic. She worked for a few years, and then because our iBakery start 2010, and then she changed the job to the iBakery. She's the bakery workers in another work bay. You cannot see her here, but in another work bay. And she can do the job very well because some of the products we use, we all hand make the products. And also sometimes we do the wedding gift cookie, and we do it one by one and doing some flowery stuff, decorations, and she do the job very good. And she's very artistic. So also she's working there and she's very happy with her job. So the case I just want to illustrate, even the people with disabilities or with autistic, if you can get a job which can match her conditions, and then we can get a win-win situation. Both of us, also the employer and also the employee, they're happy. So why we when we're doing rehabilitation work, so we think every people, including the PWD, they have the potential, and they also even they have their limitations, but they still get the right to work if they want to have a job, even despite maybe they have some limitations. And also, if we our mission is to focus on the ability rather than the disability. Although we say people with disabilities, but even they have disabilities, they still get the ability. Like she's very artistic and doing very good in drawing. Like our product, the decorations and also the packaging, all the designs actually use her drawings. The enterprise vegetable processing center is we have a video. If you have time, you can have a 6-minute video, and then you can visualize how the operations. But that one is in Cantonese, so that's why I give you the English presentation first. This the first social enterprise of our group, and it started almost more than 10 years, and we got seed money from the government. Because government want to promote the NGO, what we are calling NGO. NGO is the non-government organizations, to promote to run business. So they have the funding for seed money for us to apply. So we got 1.1 million to start up the business, to buy to do the renovation, to buy the truck and buy the refrigerator, etc. And of course, our mission is to create job opportunities, and we want to make profit, because if we have profit, and then we can make the business sustain. But that one is it's amazing, because the people PWD can still work in this business. This is this business actually is very hard, because they have to get up early. They have to go to the work bay. We have a work bay downstairs, and we have another work bay in the Kowloon side. They have to come at 4 o'clock in the midnight to work. And then they do all the processing, and then our driver will send all the processed vegetables to our customer. They start to deliver at around 6, and then our customer used to get all their processed vegetables before 10 a.m. in the morning, because they have to cook, for the lunch. So this is the whole business have to be shipped very early in the morning, and so they used to finish the job before 12. In the afternoon. That is the vegetable processing work bay. The photo. So for this project, we have hired 36 staff, and among 36, 22 of them are people with disabilities. And right now we have 89 customers. And the vegetable we process every day. We use catty actually. 4,000 catty. That means around 3,000 kg vegetables every day. And the sales revenue annually, right now we have 30 million. It's kind of quite big business. We also earn profit. We have profit, but every year we have profit more than 1 million Hong Kong dollars.
What is the financial sort of breakdown? How much employee salary, how much rent?
The salary breakdown, like for the food. For the vegetables, the cost of sale, what we call the cost of sale, is around 32%. That means $10. 32% is to buy the vegetables, and for the salary, also around 30 something.